One of the tips I could probably give all faculty would be that to get back to the students in a timely fashion. Via email, phone, whatever. Students tend to prefer email more than anything else we found. But to get back to them in a timely fashion, no more than 24 to 48 hours. And that way they know that you're engaged in the class, you care about what they have to say, and they feel part of a class.
Yeah, that's one of the things I think that's most difficult for students taking online classes is they don't feel like they're part of a community. So having a faculty member engaged with the students is very important. But before you even start teaching an online class, I think you need to take into consideration, how are you going to chunk the material? You need to have very specific content goals, and you need to put it in modules. So we created modules. Our particular course, we made a case study module. So we each had, a week devoted to a particular topic. Chunking material is important, as well as also having everything prepared before you start.
We actually built what we call profiles, meaning that students were asked to submit 100 words about themselves, about their lives, and simply put a photograph in there. And we put all the students up on the website, so on day one we had that ready to go. We actually contacted them before the class began, so everyone knew who everyone else was in the class. So that's one way that we did that.
Yeah, the other thing that we did, which was very successful, is we used a discussion board. So for each of our modules, we had a pre-case discussion as well as a post-case discussion. And for the beginning of each module, the students would reflect on how that particular topic was relevant to their lives. So that was very useful because it made them communicate with each other as a group. And then also at the end, we had them reflect on what did they learn and how would they extend upon that. And they had to post not only what they learned, but also what other students, they had to comment on what other students had said. So it did create a community of, a personal, a kind of personal reflection on what they were going to learn, as well as reflecting on the content of what they learned, and then responding to each other. So everyone had to participate. That was part of their grade. So that made sure that they did communicate with each other. Another surprising thing, or a great thing I think about the online environment, is that every student needs to have a voice. And so you often have a student who would sit back in a class, not participate, not be part of a discussion, and those students are often the most perceptive on what is going on here. And so they would write some beautiful things and really add a lot to a discussion board topic. But they wouldn't necessarily be the ones that would raise their hands and participate in class.
That's true.
So I think it really brings out those students who are not as comfortable in participating orally in a class, but can contribute an awful lot to a written environment.
One of the things that we got from the class was that the students said overall that they actually learned more from our online class than what they would from a regular graduate class, which really surprised me, and I probably surprised you as well. But that was actually very encouraging, I think.
And I learned from them.
Absolutely, we learned from them.